Hi guys, welcome back to the Totally Magic channel and another classic card trick. Before we start, I'm going to get you to shuffle these cards from the pack. I know that I would normally shuffle them, but I do want you to shuffle these and also examine them to make sure that they're just regular cards. Happy with that shuffle and happy with the cards being just regular? Yeah, that's good. All is fair. Now I'm not going to reshuffle those, they're in the order that you chose. Now at the moment we don't need these. This is what's interesting to this trick. I know you're curious about my wallet. Now it does look quite thick. It hasn't got any money in it, but what it does have are my business cards, but also these cards here. Now they do look normal from the back. Believe it or not, these are the cards that everybody throws away. What happens when you buy a new deck of cards? You open them and you remove the jokers. Nobody wants to keep the jokers, but these are known as wild cards. So we're going to use these in a moment in a very special way. But as I said, make sure that you never throw these away because they have special magical properties. What I want you to do is just grab the cards and I want you to cut the pack. Just cut a few cards and flip them over, and we're going to have that card. That's going to be your card. Drop the packet on top. We want to see what you cut to. In fact, just cut a little bit deeper. That's more like it. More cards. Okay, we'll come to your card in a moment because I just want to show you, out of all of these, you could have cut down the bottom and got these. You could have cut in the middle. And in fact, when you first cut, you only cut a few, so you would have cut here. But just make sure that I don't cheat, that all is fair. That is the card that you cut to. But you could have cut to any of these down here as well. And do bear in mind that you shuffled these cards, not me. They're in the order that you shuffled them. Let's get rid of those. Now, it's time to reveal your card. Oh, okay, would have been better if it had been a picture card, but the 5 of spades will do. But it was a free choice from a shuffled pack and a free cut. We now come to these cards here. What I'm going to do is split them in half, and I'm just going to put your card in the middle. Okay, and we can see that because it stands out quite clearly. Right there in the middle is your 5 of spades. Now with these cards, what we're going to do is to put one joker face up, one face down, one face up, one face down. So we're alternating face up and face down. And that leaves us with the centre card, which is your 5 of spades. This is the lone wolf in the pack. But all is going to change. We take your card on one of the jokers. We put them together. We just do a little twist and a flick. It's the flick that does the trick. And look. And there are 2 identical cards to yours. Now if we take another one of the jokers, and I'm going to do this cleanly, we're going to turn over face down that joker. Remember we did the flick. It's the flick that does the trick. And it's changed also. 3 cards, let's add another joker. Now I'm going to put it face down in among the face up cards. A lot of people say, is that really a joker? Well, if we take a look at this, you can see it really is the joker. Are you ready? Flick. And it's changed also. Now when we come to the last 3 cards, a lot of people say, well, you've got 2 jokers face up, 1 face down. Why don't you turn them all over so we can see them? Well, if I turn them all over, there's the two jokers we had, there's the one in the middle. Remember the flick we did? Let's do a double. 1, 2. Can it really be? It is. This one here, once again, I'm going to do this in slow motion. Slow motion. There it is, the joker. It's there. Remember the flick? And that is also now your card. And remember, you could have chosen any card from the pack, yet all of the cards now become your card. And that is a great little packing effect. Hope you enjoyed that one. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. It is, of course, a classic among magicians. It's been around for, must be over 100 years, called the Wild card. And you can still buy this packing effect even now. It works really well on the layperson. If you haven't already got this trick, you've got to go out and buy it because it works really well. The great thing about it is that there's loads of different ways of performing this. The method I use is just one of hundreds of different ways. And in fact, I did do a quick search on YouTube for the wild card, and I saw there was a list of about 177 different wild card routines. There's probably more than that, and I watched a few of them, and most of them do it the same as I've always done it for years. But let's go through the method. By the way, some of you may also see that Tenyo have just recently released their new 2021 range of effects, and this actually appears as one of them. They claim it to be a new trick, but of course it's not. It's an old method principle that's been around for years. So let's just go through what you have. You have 1, 2, 3 cards that are faked. They got jokers on one side and another card on the other. I happen to have the 5 of spades on there. You'll also get 3 matching cards to these, and this obviously goes in the pack. Now, the part of the trick that I used at the beginning was quite straightforward. You have to force the 5 of spades, or whatever your card is, onto the spectator. Use whatever method you want, slip, cut, force, something like that, dribble, force, whatever you want to do. I used one called the cut deeper force. All you've got to do is to make sure that the card you want forced is on top of the pack. You ask the spectator to cut the pack and flip them over. You then tell them to cut deeper, hence the title. Cut deeper, they cut even more, turn them over, drop them. But when you spread the cards, it looks as though this is where they've cut. Of course, they've cut back to the top. So that's one way of forcing the card, the cut deeper force, but you might have a better method. By the way, some of you may have noticed that at the start, this card I held at the back like this. I removed the cards because I wanted the spectator to shuffle the cards. And I put these down. They shuffled the cards. When they put them down, I just move them to one side. I then pick up the box and the card, and I'm loading that on top. And I just push those to one side, and I then get out the jokers from my wallet. Okay, so that's just a way that I used to get the false card on top. If you don't want to do that, then that's fine. You might even want to shuffle the cards because the spectator is going to do the cut. So they do the cut, you've forced that card onto them. What about the stack here? Well, all I've got here are the 3 jokers and the 3 normal cards at the back. Now at this point, there's several ways of doing this. If you know the Hammond count, then you can do the Hammond count so it looks as though you've got all the jokers. Now I'm not going to show you that. I'll put a link to the Hammond count below this video. If you don't want to do this method, then there's a much easier way of getting the cards alternating on the table. Now we come to the part of dealing down the cards. The chosen card, what I'm going to do is to add it to the pack. Now I tend to just put it under the top card, but from the front it looks as though you're pushing it in the middle. It's then just a case of turning the pack over, dealing the card face down, sorry, face up, face down, face up, face down, face up, face down, and that leaves you with this. As long as you alternate these. Now some people prefer to do what's called the glide, which you may have seen other people handle, and that's where you have these cards. Let me just quickly show you this. So your cards are alternating, they start off alternating, and what you can do is show the joker, then these fingers here slide this back so it looks like this. So there's the joker. I'm going to put that down here. Now what you've done, you've actually put a 5 down there, because what you did, you pulled this back, square the cards up, turn it up. By the way, this is called the glide. You can then deal the next card down. They see a joker. You do the same again, holding the finger and thumb. These fingers are going to slide this back as you turn it over, like that. Okay, so let me just show you that. Slide it back and I pull out the next card. So you're not actually pulling out the bottom card. I leave it up to you to how you do this. Now on the reveal side, once you've got these cards alternating like that, it's then just a simple case of revealing these. Now do whatever method you want. You can take your chosen card and another card which I believe to be the joker, put them face to face through the hand, flick, and it turns. Another way of exposing the joker to a 5 is to take a face up one and do a double lift. There's the double-sided card. You put this on here, square it up, flick 2 cards over. They now believe this to be the joker because they see the 2 5s, and there is the final 5 on there. Another way we did was to put it into the packet. You can even turn over and just lift up this card to reveal that it is the joker. They believe that to be that face down card they just saw. There it is there, and that turns. And other ways of revealing, some people even just have them on the table and say, look, I'm going to take a card, turn it over, and it changes. Simple as that. And this one here, you can even just put them together, push it through the hand, and they change. The double facer really makes the magic happen, and the layperson just isn't used to a card like this, so all this pushing through the hand, the spinning, the flicking, the flipping over, it confuses people as to which card is which, and that's why you can even do this trick badly and it will still be very effective. The wild card, a great classic in magic. Hope you enjoyed that. Till next time, practice and enjoy.